champion, taking his first win of the year.
Sorry about that. We're back.
Grant, anybody you want to give a shout out to here today?
I just want to give a shout out to my teammates who, in the race with me. It gives me somebody to talk to and not like so overly focused that I focus too much. I hope that makes sense because, just you can sometimes get too into it and then you start zoning out. So just having somebody there to talk to kind of keep you in mind on what you're doing. Appreciate those guys for letting me be around, and then appreciate Zach for giving me all those interview questions. That was fun, but appreciate y'all putting on a show.
I got you, man.
Broadcast, and appreciate the admins and everything for putting on the show and letting us have somewhere to race.
I love it, ladies and gentlemen. Grant Applegate, the defending champion from last year, comes back, gets his first win in that fourth race of the year, guaranteeing his spot in the playoff 12. Grant, have a great evening, my friend. You have earned it. Go have yourself a nice, cool one.
Thank y'all.
Wow, Zach, what a show. Those two guys battling fiercely there at the end. Little bit of contact. You got to love it. Ends up watching as he takes that win over Nate Lesko. And so you know what that means, right? You know who we got to pull in next,
Yeah, I get
right?
the Lesko interview.
Yes, you do. I know we got him. Good him.
Nate, we got you?
I can hear you.
All right, man. Well, that was something. That was an incredible finish there between you and Grant. And I had some internet problems there, so I didn't get to hear what Grant said, but I'm assuming he is in a far better mood and thought that was just exceptional racing, I'm sure is something that he said. What was your perspective of it, and what's going through your head right now? But I can say from my perspective, man, badass race and great job.
I would like to come on top, but no, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad Grant won because he deserved it the first few weeks. So it was fun battling him the last few laps there.
Yeah, I mean, it was incredible to watch. We were talking about it on the broadcast. Not the closest by margin finish we've ever seen, but likely the best finish we've ever seen here on BRN. Just such good racing. So once you made that pass on Applegate, what kind of, I guess, allowed him to get back to you? Did you not want to use that top yet, or did you just think his tires were shot at that point?
I got loose a couple of times, so I think I just tried to push a little too hard on some of those corner exits, and it just gave him a little bit of run there. So I'm probably just overheated the tires a little bit for the last part of that.
That makes sense. And it's Miami. It's one of the more brutal tracks out here. Well, I'll tell you what, Nate, you're a class act. I think 99% of the other drivers in this league would have a lot more whiny things to say right now. But you put in a show, you put on an unforgettable race here today. So congratulations on that. And what's your perspective? I mean, here we go. 2 weeks in a row, you just almost went back to back. You finished in second place to start the season, and you ran up front in race 2 before you had some misfortune. How are you feeling about the rest of this regular season and your chances to win this championship? And any shout outs you want to give before we let you out of here?
I have to look at the points format. I know you're winning in, but I'm not sure you carry any points and all that. So I'll have to look at that about the championship. But I mean, just continue to run up front. I know recently the top 4, 5 has been really competitive. So I'm just hopefully stay in that group there.
Love it, man. And any shout outs you want to give before we let you out of here?
No, I listen to you guys. You guys put on such an exciting broadcast. No, you put so much energy into it, both of you. So it makes it really fun to go back and watch it.
Appreciate it, man. And all of it's because, I mean, we can't help ourselves. You guys put on amazing shows like that, and we're race fans, and that was just awesome to see. So keep that up, and we'll keep being crazy people in the booth. I can't wait to talk to you next week, man. Great job.
Good. All right, we'll see you guys.
Have a good one, Nate.
Man,
great job.
Look at that. What a showdown. Those two guys put on just an amazing display of ability for everybody watching this thing. Speaking of putting on displays, want to give a big shout out to Tony Iverson and the Highside Hustlers, the post-race show brought to you by Highside Hustler Motorsports. Tony Iverson, primary sponsor for the team, as they are bringing us all these amazing interviews and all the post-race commentary, as we are lucky to have Tony as a partner. And, right while we're talking about him, you know what we ought to do? Maybe we should talk to him about that third place finish. Penny
Yep.
Iverson, can you hear me, my friend?
I hear you loud and clear, Mean Gene.
Well, first of all, Tony, thank you so much for your race sponsorship. Of course, Highside Hustlers are bringing us the post-race show, so thank you so much for that. How
yeah.
good was your seat of watching those two coconut heads banging it there at the end?
Oh man, I was hoping they were gonna run into each other a couple more times. To be honest with you, I know my teammate was one of those guys up there, but you know, I'm out here to win the race. But I could tell about halfway through the race that things would have to line up a little bit for me to be able to get the dub, just based on speed and the amount of fuel in the car. Like, I'd always start pulling everybody in with like 10 laps left in the tank, and because we run that limited fuel tank here, I think it's like 65% or something. So, yeah, if we, you know, if it was a little more NASCAR, I think I could have had something for them. But yeah, it was fun, and you know, they were chirping at each other a little bit there at the end, you know, kind of adding to my feeling of suspected spiciness. And yeah, I mean, they kept it clean, and you know, I'm glad that Grant got it. You know, I ain't trying to see some dude who just tanked his rating before joining the league get 2 wins in a row. That would have probably pissed me off. So go Grant Applegate, and yeah, go Highside Hustlers too, man. That's I think that's going to put us up in the top for the team championship standings. So all in all, I'm feeling okay about the race. I'm glad to get a podium and be able to be here talking to y'all.
Well, let's talk about that podium. I mean, it was not easily won. Top 4 drivers are all the 4 drivers that have won the first 4 weeks. And then we see your teammate, Buddy Sully, Season 3 champion, knocking the rust off the tires. He has gotten faster every week as well. Competition building up. We lose Jordan Fisher. We add Nate Lesko. So this thing is still a battle. You're one of the guys that we're going to be talking about week after week. Can you talk about you and Colin's battle here today?
Oh yeah, that was fun, man. You know, me and him were joking around last week at the end of the race that, you know, we were friends now. We were being nice to each other, and I think we raced each other pretty clean. I don't think either one of us did anything egregious or anything. And there was just a point where I realized that with the line that I was trying to run for tires, I was just gonna have to let him go and hope he came back to me there at the end. And he ended up coming back to me, and I just kind of stuck to the old ways, I'd like to say, because that's something that me and Buddy were talking about, is how much the track has changed in the last 2 updates. Because you know, the season that Buddy won the championship, he won this race by like 14 seconds, and then he sensei'd the shit out of me, and the next season I was up by like 9 seconds when we had a late race caution. So we were both kind of wishing it was the old ways, and the track is a lot different, and then the dirty air means a lot more. So you're forced out of your comfort zone, and you're forced to adapt mid-lap and adapt quickly. And even getting around lappers, you know, like, you're just kind of, where's the lap guy gonna go? Like, is he going low? Is he going high? And you know, that'll cook some of your momentum as well, because with these cars and how tight we were, it was a big time momentum game, and you had to build the momentum before the exit of the corner, because if you still had wheel in it at the exit of the corner, you went from tighter than a bug's ass to looser than a goose, you know. So yeah, no, it was fun racing with Colin at the end and us not running into each other. And yeah, we were just talking about just now, we were talking about how both of us kind of wish that the Applegate was open to chaos up front. But yeah, no, we're good. It was fun, and you know, we'll take the podium after the devastation that I felt at Iowa last week. Yeah, I mean, that that blow was enough for me to go out and get a new wheelbase and a new steering wheel, because like that has anything to do with people running into you. But yeah, it just, I had to do something to make me feel better. So I'm ridiculous like that, but yeah, no, it was
so
fun,
sounds like anybody needing some used gear, gently used gear, maybe you reach out to the Undertaker. He might have have an extra wheel and pedals on Facebook Marketplace pretty soon.
Wheel and a base for sure. A Moza R9. If anybody in this league hits me up for it, they'll get the homie price.
The homie price from Tony Iverson. I love it. Zach, you got anything for our friend of the station here?
Great job, Tony. Total is $200 for this one, so not that bad.
Got him.
One really bad rated R movie or rated R word, and 2 PG-13. So I only did 50 for those, so 200 total. Not that bad.
I thought I did good. I swear to God.
I mean, you did good for you, for sure. Great run though today, man. Put on a show. Watching you and Bullinger at the end there was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was fun, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Tony Iverson, gets the podium today. Also did win at Talladega, so guaranteed a spot in the championship 12. Tony, anybody you want to say hi to?
Oh, I'm gonna shout out the Hustlers. We had 3 of us in the top 5, so we'll take that. Wish Thornton would have been up there with us too, but he had a snap loose in the beginning of the race. I believe that's what I was told. But so yeah, shout out to the Hustlers, shout out to you guys, VRN, shout out to MRL, J-Bev, Garen, everybody that puts on this show, Volpus with his awe-inspiring pre-race speeches. Yeah, just everybody involved, and then the wife. I gotta thank the wife as always. This is all possible because of the life that me and her built together. That's the only way I can have a shed in my backyard with a fake race car simulator in it. So gotta love that. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Appreciate it.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Iverson comes home third today, and we'll continue. Can't wait to see what you do next week at Bristol. Tony, go give the wife a hug and a kiss for us, buddy. You earned that love tonight.
Oh yeah, thanks, guys.
Wow, Zach. I mean, all 4 of those top 4 guys putting on a hell of a show for us tonight, battling, taking turns in the lead. In the end, though, we see Grant Applegate just throws a harder haymaker than Nate Lesko. But I think notice has been served to everybody out here. It's going to take your best effort. It is going to take your best effort to get back up to the front, hold it, and that patience that we saw from Colin Bollinger tonight, good enough for 4th, but at some point, I think we're going to see the King of the North is going to have to do something extra rather than just put down those consistent laps. So, going to keep an eye on
sorry about that. This is the most unpredictable this field's ever looked, Mean Gene. Up front, specifically, the past 2 years we've gotten one rookie that I don't want to say simplified things, but really made it seem like, oh boy, there's a new guy here that's going to completely turn this thing upside down. It was Bollinger, and then it was Applegate. Now it's Lesko, but the league is so stacked now to where it's just 4 of them. And I loved what you said about Buddy Sully, because I completely agree. I think Buddy Sully is a week or 2 away, if that, from being right up there with them.
Yeah, I can't wait to see as he continues to develop. I mean, what if you've never seen Buddy Sully run? This is a guy that collected 4 wins back in season number 3, then was part of that championship 4, pulled out the big win with a shootout with Jax Duvall, and then took a break, had, real life, job, family, the things that we have to do to keep the lights on so that we can run this simulation. Well, now life is back on a path where he can join us full time. And this is it. You are watching in real time as Buddy's getting back up to speed. And that speed he had in season 3 is not enough. He's looking at this new field in front of him and saying, holy crap, I was in the Final 4 with Joe Volpus, who's, still in the top 5 of all drivers, but we just haven't seen Volpus knocking on that door really hard yet. against Lesko, against Bollinger, against Iverson. You know, he was also in that Final Four picture with other drivers that have faded back to 5th, 6th, and 7th. So the world has changed. Buddy Sully, though, responding, getting faster every week. Cannot wait to see what he does next week. And now that I said Joe Vulpes isn't the best driver, can't wait to see what the 98 does next week on the track, but also can't wait to see what he does in my DMs.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a few presents in there for you. But yeah, points pulled up right now on screen, and then Grant Applegate could continue to lead the points here. The defending champion back up on top, taking that spot away from Colin Bollinger. But man, Mean Gene, these points are telling a pretty obvious story. You see, Iverson actually is behind Vulpes. So like you said, Vulpes is just a completely staple of consistency. Reminds me of myself in other leagues. Right now, hasn't had the speed to necessarily run up front with those guys and compete for wins, but he's not missing on top 5s. He has as many top 5s as Bollinger and Applegate do, and he's not missing on top 10s either. So he's doing a wonderful job. He's also collecting those bonus points to make sure he can still hang. But even with all that said, Tony Iverson, who pretty much may as well just not shown up last week with where he ended up finishing, still only 1 point back from Vulpes. And then once you get by Tony, boy, is there a cliff.
Huge gap down to the other drivers. We see a Sean Walton, again, a six-pack champion. Walton needing the consistency if he wants to get up in there. But with Walton's raw speed, he is a fellow that could rip a win in the round of 8, find himself in the championship. And with that Team Delusional network, who knows how far he could go. Matt Novella, this is a former truck champion. We've seen what he can do as well, showing the speed. Would not be surprised if he gets a win at any of the courses, intermediate, super speedway, or especially road courses. We've seen the New Yorker just excel. Gambrel better every week. Moving up is this driver, Nick Mills, off today, but this is another guy we've seen win in the Premier Cup. Buddy Sully getting back into the rhythm. Plant Smith, ARCA champion. Wyatt Mickelson gifted the 51 by yours truly. So the blessings of Mean Gene upon Wyatt Mickelson.
Got him a 7th place today.
Yes, as he moves up into the playoff picture. But look how close behind him. You got the captain, Steve Lewis, Jay Stinson running, gonna be full-time, the Team Venom driver. Jay gonna need a little bit of help. He's gonna need to see Parham out there, gonna need to see, it'll come to me in just a moment. Golly gee, I love that guy. I got DMs with him.
Is it Redinger?
No, yeah, Redinger and... Oh, Fritz. Matthew Fritz also. Fritz, Fritz part of that team as well.
Man, so he's tearing up on Wednesdays too. Gosh, he is so talented.
So we're going to want to see Venom back out there. There's Farmers at Clausen. Good to see that he's getting to run full-time. Zach, of course, full-time job, full-time family. Very difficult to get out there. So this thing still so tight. Hunter Hall tied with him. Plenty of opportunities. This is only race number 4 of the 13 race. Regular season, win and you're in. None of these guys can be counted out because, as you know, super speedways put incredible people in an incredible position. So cannot wait to see how it does it. Also, one last thing I want to say, Zach, before I take a breath, look at Nate Lesko's incidents per race.
Oh yeah, we pull that back up. Is it concerningly low? Is my assumption.
One.
What? Oh my god.
One incident per race.
And there's been 4. That means he has 4 he has 1 incident this season, and I think we just saw it, and it wasn't his fault.
He was in my way. It was his fault. Come on.
That's crazy. Nate Lesko's been perfect.
Yeah, so great to see that stat up there as well. That is a stat that does make a difference when you're fighting for that final position. You can see also Vulpes 2.5. Iverson a little bit on the heavy side of that, 8.5 incidents per race, but that's kind of to be expected when you get those 2s when you hand out. You know, you get 2 points for every tombstone you hand out.
Sometimes 4.
Sometimes you get 4. But Iverson, he kept those tombstones in his pocket. I didn't I didn't see any of those things get delivered here today. Overall, I think it was a pretty clean race. We did see the bumping there at the end, but everybody else, it seemed like people getting loose, and then that really unfortunate incident between Sean Walton and Brad. You don't want to see that, but on the other hand, it looked like netcode to me, and then once we did that in-car, you could see that there was just no wheel.
Yeah, there was no wheel.
Nothing that Walton could do. Could he have locked it up? I guess.
Maybe, but then maybe it would have gone hard left, and gone in the middle of the track and created a bigger situation. I think Walton was probably not thinking that Furrow was going to come up into him either, right? Afterwards. I mean, I don't think anyone's criticized Sean Walton more than I have on these broadcasts, and he's a class act, first of all, because he takes it all in stride, and I have a great relationship with that guy. I think he's a great dude. But man, he ends up 26 today. So, I mean, first of all, very impressive where he's still running in the points, given that really, really unfortunate finish today after how good he was. He had a chance to win this race today, did Walton. But on top of that, Gene, yeah, I think it was Netco too. And I think a lot of people could still say, oh, well, he was still really close to him. That's Sean Walton. He's aggressive. I'm the same way. I understand that too. I don't try to hit you. I don't try to do anything wrong to you, but I'm an aggressive race car driver, and I'm not going to not be one. And that's Sean Walton, and just as much as Furrow has to, I guess, kind of swallow that one, you have to be aware of who you're racing. And that's kind of was one of those situations. I don't put any of that on Walton. Totally a driving situation, and I'm sure he wasn't happy to be back in that far back in the field after leading so many laps.
No, there was definitely a little bit of disappointment, but I think on both drivers' part. I mean, you look at Brad Furrow; he was one of the fastest guys running that outside lane next to Applegate. And as I'm looking at these stats, Furrow has 4 incident points, which means the one wreck that he was in ended his day. Sean Walton, same thing. He's got 8, which means he had that one heavy contact on that big wreck of which he was involved, but not the cause. And then that next one. And again, I blame iRacing. Both those guys racing hard. Walton was not under his left rear bumper. He was on the bumper. And then all of a sudden, iRacing just decides, let me throw a banana peel out there and end these 2 really fast drivers' day. The track also brutal for some others. Look at that. Andrew Bolander ends up being taken out, only 71 laps down. Eric Thornton finishes 75 laps down. Brandon Guerin, Jason Casebeer as well, victimized by this track. So everybody that was ended up in the junkyard is a top 10 guy. So brutal day here at Homestead.
Yeah, you see it right there. You see Wingfield / Walton, 42 laps down. And like you said, Case Beer, 122. And so many of them are not significant hits, but they did so much damage to the car. Also, towards the end of that race, I think with 1 to go, we saw Plant Smith getting lapped. He ends up in 18th place, the first car a lap down. Not sure if that was a fuel thing or maybe something had gone wrong towards the end. But a lot of races falling apart, and then Stinson too. Not only is he 1 race down to all of his competitors, that was his 3rd race of the season, but we saw that he did a great job somehow, some way, staying in the lead lap and holding on to 17th. But I'm sure Stinson felt like this could have easily been a top 10.
Yep. So let's go ahead and look at the final results here. I don't think we actually got to run down that. Again, these final results brought to you by Fish Speed Racing. Thank you, Jordan, for your sponsorship here today. Gonna be our winner, of course, Grant Applegate with that first place finish. Nate Lesko coming home in 2nd. Tony Iverson joining them on the podium. Colin Bollinger gonna be 4th. Buddy Sully coming home in 5th. Kevin Kyle,
great run.
Substitute run here today, finishes in 5th. Wyatt Mickelson, congratulations, coming home in 7th here. Matt Novella makes his way back up to 8th, milking those older tires. Sam Milliken from a lap down to a top 10.
What a recovery.
Come home in, Sam. And that's why you run the way you run.
Yep.
He got out of the way of those lead drivers. They appreciate that. And karma comes back around and repays him this race as he makes his way through the field. Sam Milliken coming home in 9th. Eric Gambrell, league sponsor here, the race sponsor here today, gonna come home in 10th. Eric having a great year, going back over there. It looks like he's in 10th moving up 9 spots with his effort today. So Gambrel 10th. The rookie Craig Schroeder going to bring it in 11th. Another rookie Ryan Holler coming home in 12th. And I believe Schrader and Holler both, that is going to be their 3rd race. So
Nice,
I think,
new numbers.
I think we're going to see new numbers out of those two guys next week. Joe Vulpes 13th.
Yes.
Jack Sanders 14th. Jason Rochelle 15th. The Commish Beverly 16th. And Jay Stinson, final car on the lead lap in 17th.
Going through the rest of the field, and at this point, we are at least 1 lap down. That's going to start with Daniel Plant-Smith over in 18th. Zach Clausen a lap down in 19th. Hunter Hall, what a drive from Hunter Hall. He led laps today. He stayed out, and we've seen Hall do that a lot, and we've seen that oftentimes not work out well for him or the drivers around him. Today was no such thing. Hunter Hall did not get that caution he needed to kind of offset that strategy. So 20th place is a very impressive finish to stop the bleeding from what he had to deal with. It also gets some laps led along the way and some experience up front. That's huge, Mean Gene. Moving on to 21st, Mr. Carnivore Steve Lewis. So loved that the race was named after him. Steve Lewis going to finish in 21st place. Matthew Skorwick, we saw him taking lessons from Tuesday nights and deciding, you know what, I can make it through this wreck, and being part of a wreck that he had nothing to do with, really damaging that 23. He'll end up at 3 laps down in 22nd. Michael Mata.
Eddie P, we need you. Eddie
I know.
P.
Get Eddie Peltz over here. Come on, boy. But then Michael Mata, he is another one, Mean Gene. We talk a lot about Buddy Sully. Michael Mata is knocking on that door, and we saw it today. He was up there all day. He does love this racetrack. So I wasn't surprised to see the 16 so far up, but I think we'll see more of that as the season goes on. Mata not getting a finish indicative of how good he ran today. Jay Dagger.
He did lead a lap.
He did.
He led a lap, and he was a round of 8 driver just last year.
He was, and he was almost a championship 4 driver. We've seen Mata win a lot of clutch races. He's going to be a fun one to watch this year, back full time. Jay Dagger going to finish in 24th. Lucas Alves, he had a great run going, but ran some misfortune that also involved Sean Walton and Brad Furrow. They're going to be 26th and 27th. Those two running so well. Sean leading laps early, and Furrow being the master of the top lane. They have nothing to show for it in 26th and 27th. Bollinger, like you talked about, not a good day for the 24 driver. He'll be in 28th place. Same goes for Eric Thornton, Mr. Bad Luck over here on Monday nights lately, and that did not stop today. He will finish 29th. Brendan Guerin going to be in 30th. Early incident for him. Same with Case of Beer. We saw him break that toe link only 13 laps into the race while running in the top 5. Case of Beer going to finish 31st. And then Tommy Fox doesn't look like he got rolling in this one. Could have been exhausted. He did run 125 laps at Iowa for the DDRL ARCA series right before this. Tommy Fox going to finish last in 32nd.
Yeah, Eric Thornton, he's only run 3 of the 4 races, and with this finish, finds himself back in 21st.
That's weird.
Overall. Yeah, so that high side hustler gonna need to make his way up with some good finishes over the next few weeks. But again, this is race 4 of the 13 race regular season, so plenty of time for those guys. You mentioned Mata back in 23rd in points, Thornton 21st. Plenty of time for those guys to start to flex and move their way back up the pole and get back into contention. Amazing race here today. Any final thoughts before we head out, Zach?
Another amazing race, me and Jane, and this every season seems to somehow keep getting better. I don't know how. We keep getting these new top drivers, but at the same time, this season specifically, we're getting so many new drivers as a whole, and we're getting the best field sizes we've ever seen. Next week will be week 5. We're getting close to that halfway point of the regular season, and I just hope to see 30 plus over and over again. But today was just another amazing example of what this league is capable of. And for those of you who are a little bit intimidated by this, if you're watching at home, check out the DDIRL ARCA series that's going to be racing right before this in the same network. Excited to get that started. We ran our exhibition today. Didn't have quite as many drivers as we would hope, but we did have enough to where we're going to make that schedule. We're going to start that season. It will likely be pushed back maybe about a half hour. Maybe we'll go green at 9 p.m. Eastern instead. Those drivers over in DDRL, so clean, so good at staying green, that those races, Mean Gene, are ending hours before we even start qualifying for these. So we do have a little bit of leeway there to try to get more guys there, but check that out because Monday nights are about to get even better because, as always, this league delivering some of the best racing you will ever see in iRacing.
What's that cap rating over there in the Monday DDIRL ARCA series?
Looks like we're gonna go with a 2,700 cap rating over there.
Ooh, spicy. So plenty of opportunity for you guys with speed to come in there. And recruiting has closed for the Monday Night Mayhem. It is closed now. We can't fit any more drivers in.
Wednesday
so
as
the roster
well.
we have is set. Yeah, Wednesdays as well. Do you have the Vortex Racing Network schedule available?
Yes, I believe I do. I will get that pulled up for you.
So let's take a look at all the series that are going to be under our umbrella.
Yes, I should.
As Zach mentioned,
There it is.
the Monday night is a double header starting next week. We're going to see the DDIRL ARCA series come back to life. Still some tweaking being done on the schedule, but get into that Discord now. Reach out. You can talk to Chris Cowgill. You can talk to Zach Panzarella.
Oh, no,
Any
new
of
admins,
the-
actually, Mean. I have actually something exciting. I'm sorry. I have 2 new admins for that league, yeah. Danny Sanchez of Backpack Racing will be joining as an admin on Mondays, as well as, and great for this one, Mean Gene, Edward Peltz. It will be joining as a Monday night DDIRL ARCA Series admin. So we picked up 2 admins that I'm incredibly excited to have. Danny Sanchez making his admin debut today, and I'll tell you what, those 3 backpack drivers, Lolis, Ibarra, and Sanchez, put on a show for the ages, and we'll have highlights of that next week.
Love to hear that. So DDIRL ARCA series gonna start next week. Get in now. iRating cap 2,700. We'll be advertising also on that on Facebook and other social media websites to get in on that action now. Monday Night Mayhem following. That's what you just watched live every week. Brought to you, of course, by Fish Speed Racing. KK Woodscapes, thank you so much for your sponsorship. And we will be in week 5 next week from Bristol. Tuesdays, the Dennis Puckett Big Trucking Tuesday series. These guys knee deep into their season. Week 9 rolling up the 13 race regular season next week. Check us out tomorrow. Mean Gene Money, Smokin' Joe, Zach Panzarella bringing you that action on Tuesday. Wednesday, wow, these are the amazing fields, Zach. This combination Taco Bell Pizza Hut League. It is amazing. How many did you have this time? What are we looking at? The Rock tomorrow? Or Wednesday?
Yeah, it's going to be the Rock that will be shown, and there was 46 drivers who showed up. So we sent 6 home, and a few of them, Mean Gene, were pretty shocking. So it's going to be a fun thing to follow this year, because I do expect this Wednesday to be a lot of the same. I think we're going to Las Vegas, I'm pretty sure. You know everyone loves that racetrack, so I'm expecting another handful of drivers to have to go home. It's brutal to have to do, but man, is it intriguing.
So again, all of these series running under the same umbrella. Recruiting closed for Monday Night Mayhem, Big Trucking Tuesday. The DDI MRL League is closed, but get into one of these series to keep track of when they open up. You're going to want to get involved. Thursday night, Quantum Contender Series. This is a very long series. They're in the middle of a season right now, and we're looking at their next season starting, I heard, in October.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So we'll keep track of that when that series is going to come back online. But I have seen that they're recruiting on Facebook as well. So check them out, the Quantum Contender Series. You'll see them on those iRacing networks on social media. Get involved through those guys there. And then Sunday, the Bonfire Premier Cup Series. If you saw yesterday's race, my word, Jason Landry picking up win number 9. Won all 3 races in the round of 8, and now the final 4 have met up for the championship race at Nashville. Gonna be Landry versus Vulpes versus
KK.
Duval versus Kevin Kyle.
Yeah.
Who will get a showdown? We've seen all of these guys in Final Fours. Jason Landry, 3-time champion, 2 in a row. Can he get a 3rd championship in a row as the Jason Landry Farewell Tour continues to be wrapped up this Sunday at Nashville? But wait, there's more. The Vortex Racing Network special event coming on February 14th, Zach. Big day for us as we are in the drive for 500. That's right. Vortex Racing Network. We are building our subscriber base. How do we do that? With the help of you, the viewers at home. Please, if you have not done so, subscribe. Tell your friends. Borrow their laptop just so that you can hit subscribe. And this is a special event for that purpose. Drive for 500, full-length Daytona 500 on February 14th, 11 o'clock Eastern. This will be broadcast live by Mean Gene Money and Kevin Kyle. Probably two of the wildest personalities are going to fit in the same room. I got to play the straight man with that guy, Zach.
That one's going to be rated R, Mean Gene. I'm going to go ahead and demonetize that one right away.
No, don't say it. We also, for those of you at home wondering, like, oh no, I'm going to be in a race with a bunch of weirdos for 500 miles. There's going to be a race control. There will be a race marshal, Jason Landry, volunteering his services. Yes, the same Landry that's won 3 championships.
Thank God.
Will come in and keep an eye on things, keeping it straight and narrow. Race winner, as you see there, get a KK Woodscape trophy. Stage 1 and 2 winners gonna get a merch pack and a voucher for a track trophy. Other prizes gonna be given away through a raffle. Free livery, a Conti Sim Performance gift certificate, free broadcast for a racing league of your choice, merch packs from Sim and Destroy, Daily Divers Inc., and yet another KK Woodscape voucher for a trophy. Animal House Customs going to be giving away some merch. Just so much going on. Best way, get involved right now. Reach out, get a hold of this offer.
Yeah, I cannot wait, Mean Gene. That's going to be a fun race. Last week, we speculated about a few drivers. I'm able to confirm all of them. Danny Sanchez confirmed. Dalton Geyer going to be representing VRN. He is confirmed. Yours truly would be out there, and I believe with Danny Sanchez there, Lolis and Ibarra of Backpack Racing will be representing DDIRL. So this really is the who's who, an all-star race if you've ever seen one. It's going to be at Daytona, full-length race, and so much up for grabs. I'm so excited for this for so many reasons, but I think above all, it's just going to be a really fun spectacle to see that combination of drivers on the track together. Daytona or not, it's just a really fun combo.
And the names is just going to be miraculous to see all those guys get together
like
for
20
that big
championships
run.
in that race.
I mean, let's face it. If Kevin Kyle sending me an update right now, the new series starting in the spring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going to start in the spring. And so the Contender Series starting sooner than we thought. So make sure that you guys get a hold of them immediately so you can get involved in that Quantum Contender Series that's going to be starting in the spring. And that's going to be broadcast live as well by Kevin Kyle. And we got a couple of guys we're looking at hooking up with Kevin in the booth. No official announcement yet. You know, Kevin, he's got those hard tryouts. I mean, what do you call that? The casting couch, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, you know, so we'll see who makes it through Kevin's vigorous audition process.
His recording session
in the booth with Kevin. Kyle, no Diddy jokes. I'm so sorry, Kevin. Okay, let's get this thing back on the rails. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an amazing time. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I want to thank all of our sponsors. Eric Gambrell as the race sponsor here tonight for the Steve Lewis 9202.5. We just saw Grant Applegate take the dub. Big shout out to Fish Speed, of course, run by Jordan Fisher, a consortium of racers on Discord using Garage 61 to make themselves and others faster. Check them out, Fish Speed on Discord. Thank you so much, Jordan. And also to KK Woodscapes, Kevin Kyle, making trophies across the entire umbrella of Vortex Racing Network Series. Reach out to KK Woodscapes if you'd like to get a sweet trophy for a prize for your league. Never too late to reach out to Kevin, Kyle, and get some wood. Great race here today. Thank you to the admins and everybody that made this possible. Thank you to you, the viewers at home. On behalf of myself, Mean Gene Money, and Zach Panzarella, it's been our pleasure to bring you this broadcast. Have a great night, and as always, bottoms up and hammer down.